William Ruto.
In a typical president.
Erick, you're listening and just giving you a replay of what it is, and you have followed. And in fact, the president going down to that level, according to other people, should have been humbling enough for Kenyans to see that he is a listening president, and we need to move forward as a country, seemingly in the right direction. Erick, you're not convinced yet that he listened?
The last time you hosted me here, I remember vividly a few things that I told you. One, I told you that the finance bill was simply a tip of the iceberg. And I said here, it was like the match that was being used to light the fire. I said here that many issues will come after the finance bill. You know, when the president flies to the US and tells the outgoing US President, Joe Biden, that Haiti is a small problem that the a formation of the Kenyan police is capable of dealing with, notwithstanding the existence of a court order that says, do not. This is a president who swore to uphold the Constitution and obey its laws. And then he comes back home just a month later and realizes that these smartphones and handkerchiefs and water that the Gen Zs have used to protest can only be stopped by the military and now not the policemen that he sent to Haiti. You know?
Is it? I think the military was just to guard the critical areas, not really to deal with the protesters, Erick. Are you confusing us but a little bit? Yes.
If you have a copy of the Gazette notice, the Honorable Judge, in allowing the deployment, asked government to reissue the Gazette notice in 2 days and address itself to 3 issues. 1, scope, 2, geography, and 3, duration.
All right.
If you have seen that Gazette notice, it is saying the entire country is disturbed. All the 47 counties. Show it if you have it. So it says the entire country
until normalcy is restored.
Simply means UFN, until further notice. So when will normalcy be restored? So that's the problem. So you have a president you describe as humble, coming down to the Gen Zs, but surrounded by tankers in State House, away from the same Gen Zs. Yeah? So, and the reason I have a problem with his latest address in State House, the one of Friday, he was just becoming intelligently cunning to deal with the X-space discussion. Because, look, you do not say that the budget for the offices of the First Lady, the Second Lady, and the other one of
Office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary.
That one, yes, that one. So first, he had admitted that there are MOFAs. They are not described in the Constitution. He should have started by saying, sorry, I found this anomaly, continued with it. It has cost us money, my friend. They were reallocating, I think, nearly 800 million for them, and that they are outside the Constitution. One of them has 285 employees, another one 100, another one I don't know how many. What has happened to those employees? That's why I'm saying possible lip service ahead of the X-space engagement. When you come and talk about suspending the creation of offices that don't make sense, these CASs, even the courts didn't agree with them. It was pushed through the National Assembly. He assigned them. They are now a legitimate existence, as it were. So, suspended why? As the Gen Zs were saying, scrap. The English word used, it's very tactical, suspended, so that in a month or 2, if dust settles, he returns them. You are saying that you appreciate that we are in an economic ICU of sorts. We are on machines, breathing on machines. If you go to the Constitution, it describes the cabinet in 2 ways. that it will consist of him, his deputy, the Attorney General, and no fewer than 14 members, and no more than 22 of them. It's simple. We're in ICU. By now, he should have either brought the whole thing down or reconstituted it to the bare minimum, which is 14. Wait, that would have, it would have an instant effect.
Yes.
It would have an instant effect. But you say suspended, budget reduced, budget this, lip service.
All right, Alex, I know there's a side of you that also leans into an economy. Yeah. We had the motors, buying of these motors for motor vehicles for this particular statesman suspended for about 12 months.